Jharkhand votes in phase 1, nearly 60% turnout confirmed so far. It's a Soren versus Soren fight at this round. Cricket legend MS Dhoni casts his vote in Ranchi. Landmark Supreme Court verdict on bulldozer justice. Houses can't be demolished without following guidelines set by the top court. Supreme Court says snatching shelter violates fundamental rights. National Capital Region chokes again. Same old story every winter. Thick smog blankets Delhi NCR as air quality levels dip to the severe category. Flight operations also hit. Biggest revelation on Karnataka Muslim quota war. Chief Minister's political secretary pushed for Muslim quota. CM Siddaramaiah confirms he received demand but says no decision yet. And Trump announces Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy as heads of the Department of Government Efficiency. Musk pledges maximum transparency. And let's begin with breaking news coming in on the Chennai hospital stabbing that's been reported. The top medical body, the Indian Medical Association, has taken note of the hospital attack and in a detailed statement have condemned what's happened and again said that the medical profession is in disbelief. Strong laws are required to protect our medical staff, to protect our doctors. The IMA has been stressing on this for the last many months, keeping in mind what happened in the RG Kar hospital and now this incident of a doctor being stabbed in a Chennai government hospital. The IMA has said the need of the hour is for a security overhaul in hospitals. I'd like to bring in Sneha Modani, who tracks all the latest that comes in the health sector. Sneha, give us details of really what the IMA has said in their statement.
Well, extremely disappointed with the developments because, Akshita, this is shocking. The horrific visuals that have come in from Chennai is speaking volumes of what doctors have to go through. The patient had passed away. The son, dissatisfied with the treatment, went straight, he wanted to kill the doctor here. IMA talks about the fact that with great difficulty, they brought him back to stability, given that this doctor in question was on, blood thinners. And if you are on blood thinners, it leads to a lot of blood loss, as is evident in those pictures also that we put out. And, until just some time ago, we knew that he was extremely critical. Right now, out of danger, but this is a patient. This is a doctor who is, in fact, comorbid. Also, I want to tell you, Akshita, since you mentioned RG Kar, it started even before that. And a demand for a separate law for doctors has been, in fact, made by Indian Medical Association for many years. In 2019, it was put off by the then government. But after the RG Kar rape and murder incident, remember, the Supreme Court had set up a national task force to, in fact, examine the issue. And just 5 days ago, the task force had, in fact, submitted a report to the Supreme Court itself saying that there is no need for a separate law, a central law, because 24 states already have laws in place. But doctors...
But a central law is essentially what the IMA has been pushing for, and with this particular incident, again highlighting that demand. Thanks, Sneha, for joining us with those details. More breaking news coming in. Now, the first comment that came in from the Tamil Nadu Health Minister Mas Subramanian on this entire incident, he seemed to suggest that North Indians were behind the attack. First questions were what was the need to even say that, but now the Health Minister, when asked about that and amid backlash over the kind of comment that he'd made, has defended it, essentially saying that he was wrongly informed at the hospital that North Indians were behind the attack. You'd think that it doesn't really matter what the identity of the accused is, but the Mas Subramanian, the health minister, in his first statement on the incident says that North Indians are involved in the attack. After that, 1 hour later, he backtracked and said, no, that's not true. The stabbing accused is from Tamil Nadu and he's now been nabbed. But questions will be asked of why Mas Subramanian, as a minister, someone who is holding the health portfolio, should be responsibly putting out statements, not believing whatever reports suggest. went ahead and made this confirmation as a minister and then had to actually backtrack. Listen in to what he had to say about why he made such a comment in the first place.
நானும் கூட இது பள்ளிக்கரணையில் வேற ஒரு ஆய்வில் இருந்தப்ப எனக்கு ஓடி வந்து சொன்னாங்க. இயக்குனர் வந்து ஏதோ வடநாட்டு இளைஞன் சொன்னாங்க. அது தவறுதலாக சொல்லப்பட்டது. வடநாட்டு இளைஞன் இல்லை, அவர் தமிழ்நாட்டை சேர்ந்தவர் தான், பெருங்கலூர் துறை சேர்ந்தவர். அவர் பெயர் விக்னேஸ்வரன். இப்போ காவல்துறையினரின் கட்டுப்பாட்டில் பிடிச்சி வச்சிருக்கிறாங்க. அவரை இன்னமும் கூட்டு போயிட்டு விசாரிக்க போறாங்க.
So you've got the Tamil Nadu Health Minister now saying that he was wrongly informed by his team that these were North Indians involved. For starters, how does it even matter what the identity of the accused is? Whether they're from Chennai, whether they're from the north, how should it matter? Why is that the first statement that's coming out? Secondly, why the outrage, many are asking? It's quite simple. If a similar statement was made in the national capital, where someone had gone ahead and revealed the identity of the accused, saying they're from so-and-so state, and then it turned out they weren't, there would be outrage, saying, why are you going ahead and making these kind of comments, jumping the gun, one, and second, trying to go ahead and malign a certain state's identity. Now, that really is the question here. Whether there was an attempt to go ahead and spread fake news. Now, a minister, remember, at a responsible position, has actually made this comment. 1 hour later, yes, he did backtrack. But for a health minister to put out this kind of fake news, half-baked information, is simply unacceptable. And that's, in fact, one aspect of the story that's now unraveling. In our next report, we tell you exactly what transpired in the Chennai government hospital at 10:30 this morning. Why was this doctor stabbed so brutally? 7 stab wounds, including to the head. It's a miracle that he survived this attack.
A shocking attack on a doctor in a Chennai government hospital. A knife-wielding man stabbed an oncologist in this government hospital, allegedly after his mother's treatment didn't go as planned. Footage after the incident shows the accused, Vignesh, walking by casually and attempting to get away after throwing away the knife. The doctor, Balaji, survived the attack and is now undergoing treatment.
An absolutely heinous crime has occurred in Kalanjan Centenary Hospital in Chennai, and to know the actual effect you see over there, this is the kind of blood trail that has been still placed at the location. That was the office of Dr. Balaji, who was the head of the oncology department over here. Cancer patients were being treated at this spot. Here you could also see that the kind of foot trails with blood spots everywhere on this spot, and this has been completely cordoned.
Tamil Nadu's Deputy Chief Minister Udayanidhi Stalin visited the hospital and took stock of the incident.
Patient's mother has been infected with cancer. She's a cancer patient. She has been taking treatment here for the last 6 months. After here, he has shifted his mother to a private hospital. There, the doctors have misguided him, so he's come back. He's come back here. He's had a conversation with the Dr. Balaji for half an hour, and this incident has happened. This is definitely a concerned person has been arrested. The legal action will be taken.
But Health Minister Ma Subramanian triggered a huge controversy after he first incorrectly claimed that North Indians were behind the attack.
வட இந்தியர்கள் யாரோ 4 பேர் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்டுக்காக வந்து அங்க ஒரு மருத்துவரை ரூம்ல போட்டு அடைச்சி கத்தியால குத்துந்தா சொல்லிருக்காங்க. இப்போ 2 பேரை போலீஸ் அரெஸ்ட் பண்ணிருக்கு.
An hour later, he retracted the statement, confirming his claim was false.
இந்த சம்பந்தப்பட்ட இந்த குற்றவாளியை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் ஒரு 6 மாசம் இங்க அட்டெண்டரா இருந்தவர். அவங்க மதர் இங்க அட்மிட் பண்ணிட்டு அட்டெண்டரா இருந்தவர். அவர் இன்னைக்கு வரும்போது அவர் சந்தேகப்பட வேண்டிய அவசியம் யாருக்கும் இருக்காது. ஏன்னா அவர் சின்னதா நைஃப் புள்ள வச்சுன்னு வர்றது யாருக்கும் தெரியாது. அவருடைய ரெகுலரா அவங்க மதர் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு கீமோதெரபிக்கு வந்து போயின்னு இருக்கிறதால யாருக்கும் சந்தேகம் வரல. அவர் வந்த ஒரு ரூம்குள்ள இருக்கிற டாக்டர் போய் இது மாதிரி அசால்ட் பண்ணார்.
The opposition, meanwhile, is lashing out at the state government, claiming there's a lack of security for medical professionals.
They are saving lives, but their lives are not protected. There had to be an end to this. This has to be put to end. Even though we have made some laws, stringent laws in the parliament as well, even recently also we made some laws, but it's not been enforced, and there's no awareness created.
Very unfortunate such things happened in capital. First of all, I condemn the administration, particularly the DMK government, for not taking care of the security of the doctors. The doctors were mentioning that there were no CCTV cameras and there were only private securities which they don't have any accountability on the security system.
These are the doctors, nearly 19,000 doctors, put their life into, in front of danger to serve the people, and they claim that these are small demands considering what has happened. Unfortunately, with relating to the incident that had occurred in the morning, this is something the government will have to take care of, and the Chief Minister and the Health Minister are meeting the representative of doctors today. Divyan, Pramod Madhav, for India Today.
So you've got the opposition in Tamil Nadu also up in arms over this particular incident, questioning what kind of safety, what kind of security measures are put in place in government hospitals. The Tamil Veterinary Karagam Chief, TVK Chief Vijay, has now spoken out, slamming the Stalin government, saying there's a complete breakdown of law and order, that citizens are scared and that it's time for the government to wake up. I want to bring in Shilpa Nair, who's joining us live from Chennai with all the latest reactions. Shilpa, the opposition repeatedly asking the government what's being done to ensure the safety of medical professionals. How could something like this happen in the hospital? And Vijay also not holding back.
Well, that's right, Akshita. In fact, even though Dr. Balaji's health condition is stable and even though Vignesh, the accused, has been arrested by the Chennai police, the question remains, how could such a gruesome attack take place inside a busy government hospital in broad daylight, and that to the capital city of Chennai? And that's the reason why the opposition parties in Tamil Nadu are up in arms against the DMK government, right from the AIDMK, which is the principal opposition party, to the BJP and to the new entrant, of course, Tamil Veterinary Karagam Chief Vijay, all of them really slamming the DMK government on the issue of law and order. They say the frequent attacks on doctors and healthcare staff, the government has not taken any preventive measure. They simply say we'll take action, but they do nothing, is what all these opposition parties are saying, and they're demanding the Chief Minister to ensure that the government should create a safe environment for doctors and for other healthcare personnel to work. That is the demand coming in from the side of the opposition leaders, and also asking the Chief Minister to take responsibility as law and order comes under him. But the politics aside, as far as this incident is concerned, Dr. Balaji, we're being told he's doing fine. His health condition is stable at present. In fact, as we speak, we're outside the Tamil Nadu Secretariat, and inside there's a meeting that's going on. Tamil Nadu Health Minister Ma Subramaniam, the Health Secretary Supriya Sahu, various representatives from doctors' associations, all of them along with top police officials are present at that meeting to chart out what are the measures that can be put in place to ensure that such
really the
incidents
government
don't happen
comes
in
up
the
with
future.
now. As
the
they're
DMK
holding that meet, as Shilpa tells us. Shilpa, thank you very much for getting us all of those details. All right, let's cut across to the other big updates coming in today. It's curtains down on polling. Phase 1 of Jharkhand, the by-poll in Wayanad as well. The voter turnout numbers that we have at this point in Phase 1 of Jharkhand, which is 43 out of the 81 seats, over 64% voter turnout has been recorded. As far as the Wayanad by-poll is concerned, as of now, 61% voter turnout has been confirmed in Wayanad. But remember that those numbers will go up because this is data that the Election Commission has released just for, in fact, the last few hours. So the last 2 hours of polling, that hasn't been counted just yet. That hasn't been accounted for in these numbers. So expect the numbers of voter turnout for Wayanad right now at 61% and for Jharkhand right now at 64% to go up. But clearly, these numbers not good enough. Remember that Jharkhand Phase 1 polling is done. Phase 2 for the remainder of the 81 seats will take place on November 20th along with Maharashtra.
Presented by Parul University, Vadodara, Gujarat.
Co-presented by
Aapka Joy, Bharat Ka Joy, Joy E-Bike. Mahindra Electric Origin SUVs.
Okay, let's get to all that's played out in Wayanad today. I was there last week, and what you see behind me is an image of that spot in Wayanad of Churalmala and Mundakai, the worst affected parts of the landslide. And that's the #1 poll issue, which is why we've reflected that in our studios as well. It's the #1 poll issue this time in Wayanad. People have come out in large numbers to cast their vote. As I told you, the voter turnout in Wayanad is at about 60%. We're hoping that number goes up further as well. But we saw earlier today Priyanka Gandhi Vadra camped currently in Wayanad, visiting polling booths as well, checking if polling is going on smoothly. Was seen briefly interacting with some of the voters there as well amid huge security. Now, besides that, remember, squaring off against us, BJP's Navya Haridas, and from the left, from the LDF, is Satyan Mukheri, all of whom are locals. So constantly, of course, they've been referring to Priyanka Gandhi as an outsider who's now come to Wayanad. 14 lakh registered voters were there in Wayanad. We'll know the exact number of how many of them actually came out to cast their vote in just a bit. The counting for the Wayanad bypoll is scheduled for November 23rd. High-profile seat, of course, largely because of the person that you see on your screens, Priyanka Gandhi. But like I said, the #1 poll issue right now is who will ensure the rehabilitation of landslide victims. Shibimol visited one of the polling booths where these landslide victims came out in large numbers to cast their votes. Take a look at this ground report.
Well, the polling for the Wayanad by-elections have begun here in Wayanad constituency, and as you can see behind me, long queues, people coming out in good numbers to cast their vote, to exercise their right as responsible citizens. In fact, right now we are at a polling booth in Churalmala, one of those areas that was affected by the landslide that took place in July and October. In fact, the government vehicles are today running here in this area, including KSRTC buses, to bring these victims from the areas they're staying currently to this location to cast their vote. All of them in the particular area have shifted to new locations, to safer locations, and most of them have said that they will not come back to this place as it's very unsafe. They've seen the destruction very closely, and what happened 3 months ago is still one of the major topics in the constituency, as the rehabilitation is has still not taken place. And a lot of them are coming back to this area after a long time, meeting a lot of them after a long time, almost after a gap of around 3 months. I have with me some of them who have come to cast their vote here, who are victims of the Wayanad landslide. ചേച്ചി പേരെന്താ?
എൻ്റെ പേര് അംബിക.
ചേച്ചി ഇവിടെ ചുരൽമലയിലാണ് താമസിക്കുന്നത്?
ഇല്ല, അട്ടമല.
കുറേ നാൾക്ക് ശേഷമാണ്
അല്ല, ഇത് കഴിഞ്ഞതായിട്ട് പിന്നെ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വന്ന്
വോട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി വന്നത്. ഇവിടെ അറിയുന്നവരൊക്കെ
ഇവരൊക്കെ ഞങ്ങൾ ഒക്കെ ഒരുമിച്ച് ഇവിടെ എസ്റ്റേറ്റിൽ പണിയെടുത്ത ആൾക്കാരാണ്.
ഇപ്പം കുറേ നാൾക്ക് ശേഷമാണ്
കാണുന്ന. റംലത്ത്.
ഇവിടെ തന്നെയാണ്?
അട്ടമലായിരുന്നു, മേപ്പാടി. ആ ഫ്രണ്ട്സുകളെ കണ്ടപ്പോൾ വശമായി പോയി. അതെ, ഒരിക്കൽ വന്നു, പിന്നെ വന്നിട്ടില്ല.
Well, what they're saying is that they've all been friends for a long time, and they're all meeting each other after a long time. They've come once or twice here after the landslide took place. They're from Attamala, which is very closer to Churalmala, and they've all shifted. In this entire area, there are very few houses remaining right now, so all of them have shifted to safer locations, to new places. The government has announced 2 township projects also, which is yet to, the construction of which is yet to begin, and there's been a strong demand from the state government as well as the Congress here about rehabilitation package.
I hope that today everybody comes out and exercises their democratic right. I think it's the greatest strength that the Constitution has given people, and they should use it well.
Have realized that they are in a similar pathetic situation. Last 5 years, Rahul Gandhi had visited only a few times in this Wayanad Mandal, and he has utterly failed in addressing these issues in the parliament. So next time when Priyanka Vadra is coming to address the people, the same scenario is going to happen. They would be coming only like in a visited visa, not with the people. They are not mingling with the people. They are not coming to the ground level to understand their real requirements. Farmers are facing many issues, and the farmers' suicides are also in a high number in Wayanad. So that should be, the farmers should be given many supports. And the central ministry is ready to give the support, but there is not a proper channel for the central ministry to reach the people.
നല്ല ശുഭാപ്തി വിശ്വാസമാണ് ജനങ്ങളിൽ. എനിക്ക് ജനങ്ങളൊരു മാറ്റത്തിന്റെ ഒരു ചിന്ത നേരത്തെ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞതാണ്. അത് വോട്ടിംഗ് പ്രതിഫലിക്കും.
Okay, I'll just get in a quick update from Shribi Moore. She's joining us live from Wayanad with the latest. Shribi, you've been there through the day, tracking the voting. Get us the latest on the voter turnout, and if you could kind of compare it to what we saw months ago, is it a healthier voter turnout this time?
Yeah. Akshita, the latest figure that we have is 62.37. It will definitely increase, but it is very unlikely that it will touch the last time, the 2024 Lok Sabha election turnout, which was 72.37. To be honest, we've seen very empty polling booths across the constituency. I'm right now in a constituency in Manadwad, and usually the scenes are, you'll see long queues in the last few minutes of that rush to, cast their vote. But this time it's been empty in most of the polling booths, not just in Wayanad, even in Kozhikode and Malappuram. That's been the scene. 2024 Lok Sabha election, it was on a Friday, and there was many concerns raised by a lot of voters. But even then, we saw long queues, especially in the northern Kerala, in constituencies like Wayanad. Long queues even after 6 o'clock. But that's not the scene this time. Very less voter turnout, and that's a major concern for all the political parties, especially the Congress-led UDF, because if the polling percentage goes down, then they're not going to meet a target that they have set, or they might not reach the margin of victory, or whatever they were calculating is what we are getting on ground. What we are understanding
about a 5 lakh plus victory margin. We'll have to see if that's really the case, and we'll have to see what the results really throw up on November 23rd. Thanks, Shibi, for joining us with those details. The land of waterfalls, the state of Jharkhand, are also polled today, or at least more than half of Jharkhand, as 43 of the 81 seats went ahead and had their say in this democracy. Phase 2 of elections in Jharkhand will take place on November 20th. But let me quickly round up for you all the updates, the polling day highlights from the state. Curtains down on Phase 1. Prime Minister Modi hit the campaign trail for Phase 2, flagging the dip in tribal population. Prime Minister Modi took a dig at the JMM Congress alliance, claiming the allies are hatching a conspiracy to disunite the SC, ST and OBCs. Cricketing legend MS Dhoni stirred quite a flurry while casting his vote in Ranchi. Fans flocked in large numbers for a glimpse of the former India captain outside the polling booth. Incumbent Chief Minister Hemant Soren cast his vote in Ranchi. He was joined by his wife, JMM candidate Kalpana Soren. Soren is aiming to secure his position as Chief Minister once again, bolstered by his leadership during the previous term. Champai Soren, meanwhile, also cast his vote from Saraikela. This is where he's fighting from as well. This time, the former Chief Minister is contesting on a BJP ticket. Confident of victory, Champai Soren claims BJP will sweep all the 14 seats in the Kolhan region, which is where he belongs. And with those updates, I'm wrapping up this broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. Coming up on the other side, Gaurav Sawant and Nikhil Nas join you on the showdown over the Champions Trophy.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
नया फोन बिल्कुल मेरे जैसा।
तेरा ही फोन है। टीम बस में भूल आया था तू। क्रिकेट के बाद का प्लान ऐसे मत भूल जाना भाई।
क्रिकेट के बाद का प्लान मतलब पाजी?
मतलब रिटायरमेंट का प्लान।
इस जनरेशन ने तो उस बारे में सोचा भी नहीं होगा।
नहीं भाई पहले मैच से ही सोचा है, इसलिए तो वो कर रखा है।
वो मतलब क्या?
वही जो सब लोग सही है करते रहते हैं।
म्यूचुअल फंड्स में SIP।
म्यूचुअल फंड्स में SIP। अगर ऐसे भूल भी जाओ ना तो भी रिटायरमेंट का प्लान बैकग्राउंड में चलते रहना चाहिए ताकि आगे की लाइफ सेट रहे।
सही है।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
जमाने से हटकर बेबाक है मेरा सिग्नेचर। Signature Finest Cardamom Seeds, a premium product from Dilbar Group.
Hey Google, how do I do a wing liner? AI Ray. Flip the script with the new Motorola Razr 50 series.
Hello Moto.
दुश्मनों से प्यार होता जाएगा, बस दोस्तों को आजमाते जाइए। अगर आप भी शेरो शायरी साहित्य प्रेमी हैं तो तैयार हो जाइए साहित्य के महाकुंभ साहित्य आज तक के लिए। आइए और मिलिए साहित्य, संगीत और सिनेमा की जानी मानी हस्तियों से 22, 23 और 24 नवंबर मेजर ध्यानचंद नेशनल स्टेडियम, नई दिल्ली। आज ही टिकट बुक करें ashtak.in/साहित्य पर। मैं तो आ रही हूँ, आप भी आइएगा।
मेरा रुतबा है मेरा सिग्नेचर। मेरा जज्बा है मेरा सिग्नेचर। जमाने से हटकर दुनिया की सोच से ऊपर। कुछ बुरी तो नहीं। बेबाक है मेरा सिग्नेचर। Signature Finest Cardamom Seeds, a premium product from Dilbar Group.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
Hi, I am AI anchor Sana, bringing the top headlines for you, presented by Motorola. PM Narendra Modi unveils projects worth 12,000 crore rupees in Bihar, lays foundation stone of AIIMS Darbhanga. Encounter breaks out between security forces and terrorists in Jammu Kashmir's Kulgam, search operation underway. Home Minister Amit Shah's big attack on Congress says Congress has failed to fulfill its promises in Karnataka and Himachal Pradesh.
MSP नहीं मिल रहा है।
नहीं मिल रहा है।
रोजगार बढ़िया है। हाँ।
विकास हुआ है नहीं।
The best view of an Indian election is always from the ground. Join me, Preeti Chaudhary, as we traverse through the remotest parts of Maharashtra to get you our election dispatch.
The patient's mother has been infected with cancer. She's a cancer patient. She has been taking treatment here for the last 6 months. After here, he has shifted his mother to a private hospital. There, the doctors have misguided him, so he's come back. He's come back here. He's had a conversation with the doctor Balaji for half an hour, and this incident has happened. This is definitely a concerned person has been arrested. The legal action will be taken.
Hello and welcome to an India Today special broadcast. I'm Gaurav Sawant. Our top focus story on this special show is Pakistan cricket in tailspin. And India Today's consultant editor sports Nikhil Naz joins me on this big story. Nikhil, Pakistan cricket in trouble on the issue of Champions Trophy if India says we will not play in Pakistan.
At the moment, it does seem like that, Gaurav, because right now you can say it's a stalemate. Both sides aren't budging. India is saying we're not going to be traveling to Pakistan.